Somebody touching my spaghetti.
Who touching my spaghetti?
Oh no!
Fucking goddamn Russian cartoon. I think it was
I
Russian.
think it was Russian, yeah.
I can't think. Why are you just a head? Or what was it? Something about just a no torso or something like that.
I don't know. I mean, they're full bodies. They just I don't
No, the animation of Goldilocks in the bed.
Oh yeah, I haven't
Has
seen the
no
whole thing. I just keep seeing the whole somebody touching my spaghetti.
She has no torso
Yeah,
in there. His
where
bad
he's like-
animation.
Somebody touch my spaghetti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, where do people get this shit?
Foreigners.
Hey, it's a VGBits BitCast. Today is February 3rd, 2018. Guys, welcome to February.
Thanks.
Not July.
Not July. Yes! I never have to worry about that for another year.
So July
Hello,
gets
everybody.
in, you're like, it's January 2nd. Shit.
Damn it. Fucking months. How do they work? I'm just going to start rambling out numbers now. It is 2322018.
Totally not a
Hello.
robot.
Yeah, totally not a robot. I am your host for the podcast, Daniel, and joining me, as always, are my two
Two gentlemen?
Two gentlemen.
Is that what you were about to say?
I almost ran into that. It wouldn't be an intro if I didn't fuck up somewhere. So here we go, guys. As always, joining me on the podcast here in studio is TJ,
It's me.
and not so halfway across the country is Michael.
Hey, it's me.
See, this time
Michael.
I did it for you. I didn't say all the way across the country,
Yeah, you did.
so you would be happy.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. He's only so far away.
Only somewhere between 6 and 10 hours away.
Yeah, that's pretty far.
That is far.
I had to double check the finger math.
You have one, and then you get one more, and then you do that. Oh, that's two.
It's like magic.
Oh yeah, there's your magic trick.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Babies are surprised everywhere.
Mind freak over here.
Exactly. know he
Mind
actually-
freak. Mind.
He had an actual song.
What? I don't doubt it.
It was Mind Freak. It was an actual song, Mind Freak. I heard about this when I was listening to Giant Bomb's podcast, and for some reason they were talking about that.
That's now we are.
Yes. It's like infectious. It just kind of spreads. Next thing you know, Michael will put Mind Freak in an UberQuest comic.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Is there going to be a magician character that does shitty street magician?
No.
Call him David Blaine.
Right here, right now, answering that question.
You know you want to. Oh, guys, it's been a long week.
It's been a long week. Holy shit.
Yeah, TJ, you've had a whole lot of excitement this week.
I've been wrestling with bureaucracy.
Yes, bureaucracy to the highest of levels.
I don't know if the DMV is that high.
I don't know, for people in people's lives, DMV is pretty high on the bureaucracy
That's
bullshit.
true, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm used to like dealing with military bases and stuff, so I'm used to the whole
Wait 4 hours.
yeah, the waiting and everything has to be perfect on your paper. You know what's crazy is the DMV here where we live in Texas. If you make any sort of mistake on any form, which I had to fill out 4 or 5, you have to redo the whole thing. Like even if you're writing a 6 and my 6s are shitty, if you try to like fix it, make it a little more 6-ish, they're like, no, rewrite all of that. I'm like, but my handwriting is so bad, I'm gonna fuck up every time.
This is what you do. You just punish them. You just fuck up on like the third letter every time.
But that's punishing me.
No, but see, you're only writing 3 letters, and then you're just wasting their forms. Like, whoops.
That's just more effort than it's worth.
True.
What was funny though is we were almost done, and the lady I was dealing with super nice, you know.
As most, As most of these people are.
Yeah.
It's just the bullshit around having to do it. Is what
And
sucks.
if you're at the DMV and you're having a really shitty day, don't take it on them because they're having a shitty day too.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they're limited by what their funding will get them. Like that DMV here and over there, same one that's been there since the 70s.
Woof.
Denton, or shit, oh, now you know we're in Denton. Or near Denton, rather. But Denton has gotten a lot bigger since the 70s. There's no room for parking. There's 20 parking spaces there.
Yeah.
So, like, I pull up, and it was cars full in the lot, cars on the shoulder. I was just like, where am I going to park? It's a fucking... They had people waiting outside. It was crazy.
Keep
But,
in mind, those employees also deal with other raging, like, people coming in,
Yeah.
being like, "Why is this happening?" And then they're having to deal with that stuff too. So.
Yeah. And 99% of the time, it's that person's fault.
Yeah.
And,
It's like,
yeah, most of the time.
and I see this a lot because they go in and out the new system as you go in and you check in on a kiosk. It's like a little screen you push in. What are you here for?
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll print you out a ticket. And on that ticket, it'll give you a number, and then it'll tell you, make sure you fill out form such and such. And there's a big rotating thingy, like you would buy sunglasses at, that's just full of forms. So you go through it, you pick up your form, and you fill it out. A lot of people will walk in, they'll check in, and they'll go sit down for 4 hours. And then they get up there, and they're like, what are you here for? Oh, need to get a new license. They're like, you have such this form? They're like, no. It's like, it's on your ticket, bro. It's right under the number. A big-ass number, and then a short little fill out this form. But no, they don't do it. Like, I sat there, and the first time I walked in, I did the same thing. I just grabbed my ticket, and I sat down, and I was sitting there, and I was reading, and I was like, oh, shit. I got up and did that, and then like people would be sitting next to me, and they're like, are we supposed to fill out a form? I'm like, it's on your ticket. I'm like, oh, shit, where are they? I'm like, they're right there next to the thing you were standing by. Those clipboards with the white paper, just grab one of those.
Read.
But yeah, so the reason I had so much problem is I have a CDL in Oklahoma, and CDLs are hard to transfer. Like normally your license, you have to transfer it, no big deal. But with mine, it can't be expired, which is expired by 1 day. So this is where the problem ensues: is I have to drive back to Oklahoma, get it renewed, but I don't have proof of address in Oklahoma. So I'm sitting there and I'm talking to the lady, and she's like, if you keep telling me you don't have a proof of address, I'm not going to be able to give you. She's like, because I was like, I moved. I don't live here anymore. She's like, well, I can't renew your license then. She's like, if you keep telling me that, I'm not going to be able to help you. And I'm like, oh. She's like, are you registered to vote? And I'm like, no. She's like, you should go register to vote.
Wink, wink, wink.
So I go do that. I go to the voter registration. I register. And they print me out a card right away. Like, here's your card with your old address on it. And I'm like, neat. I go back to the DMV. And their DMV is separated. Like, you have all your testing and stuff over in one building, and then all the where they print your ID and stuff is in another building. So I go over there, get all the stuff done. It's like 4:30, and they close at 5. They stop taking people at like 4:30. But I walk in, and they lock the door behind me.
God.
Yeah. And then they ended up telling like half the people that they couldn't help them because they were like there for like immigration and stuff, and you can't do that 4:30 in the afternoon.
Like, go home.
Yeah, come back in the morning, first thing. But I get
Wait
there.
another 4 hours.
Yeah, I get there. They get that all set, and I haul ass next door. They've already locked the door. I'm like, no. Now I have to drive 80 miles home, and then wait, and then get up in the morning, and drive 80 miles back to go up there, and they print your ID right away, which is nice. Like, I get in there and I walk in. There's one dude ahead of me, and I hand her my paperwork. I sit there, and she's like, take a picture. Boom, here's your ID. Go. Gone. 15 minutes. Drove hour and a half home or back down here, and then sit there from I think I got there at 10:30 and I left at 3:30.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So it took me longer to sit in that DMV here than I did to drive to Oklahoma, go to that DMV, and drive back.
Ah,
Yeah.
so painful.
I got some good Switch time in though.
That's true.
Yeah. And kudos to the Switch for staying charged the whole time. I
Props to
I
Nintendo.
played Rocket League, Mario Kart.
There you go.
It was a good time.
Thanks, Nintendo Switch.
You the man. That's why you're selling like a fucking hotcake right
Yeah.
now.
Holy
God,
shit.
oh man. Oh man, you just that just sucks all the way around, man.
Yeah, it wasn't fun, but I did get 2 days off work. They're not really off days because I ended up
Yeah, it's not really off.
wrestling with bureaucracy. I think that's work.
It's technically kind of doing work. It's paperwork.
Yeah, it was exhausting. Like it's like whenever I was done and I come home, I'm just like, oh, I'm so tired. Now I feel for office employees.
Like, I'm so tired. Now let me drive trucks and computer games.
Yep.
Listen, I know it's dumb, and it doesn't. Here's the thing, I don't like American Truck Simulator as the game. I just like it as like an escape for doing shit I can't legally do.
It is your what is that? What do they call that? I forgot what they call it.
I don't know what you're gonna say.
It was output for aggression.
Oh,
but I can't remember the proper word for it.
Yeah.
Nonetheless.
Either way, they know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The outlet
Yeah.
for aggression.
Yeah. Whatever the word is.
Yeah. So, anyways, that was my week.
Oof.
Yeah. Also, I went to Canadian border. That was nice.
I would like to see the Canadian border. Actually, I wouldn't like to see the Canadian border. I just like to go to Canada.
Yeah.
Be in Canada.
And going to the Canadian border was really lackluster. It's just like there's a gate and you can't go through it.
Stand there. There's a couple of Mounties on the other side looking at you like, hi.
Come on over. It's like, I can't. I don't have a passport.
If I get anywhere near you, you're probably going to detain me, so no.
But it was fun. It was nice.
All right. Well, then, gentlemen, how about we talk about gaming this week?
Okay.
Does that sound better?
Well,
That's what we normally talk about.
TJ already kind of told us a little bit of what he played, some Rocket League. And
That doesn't
some
count.
Switch games.
But he didn't
okay.
elaborate. He gonna elaborate.
I don't know. I'm not gonna elaborate on that. That wasn't much.
That wasn't that exciting.
Yeah. No, I mean, I played single player Rocket League and time trials in Mario Kart. That was it.
I need to
Okay,
pick
what
up
else?
Mario Kart.
Oh, what else? Shit. I guess I will start because I've started now.
Yeah.
Let's see. I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty World War II.
No,
So good.
No.
So good. That game is so good.
it's trash.
It's not trash. You're trash. that's why you don't like it.
Now look here, son. We're gonna talk about this.
1v1 me. 1v1 me.
Buy me the game.
I'm not gonna do that.
Exactly.
No, here's the thing, and I get, I know why Call of Duty gets a lot of hate because it's the same game that came out 10 years ago. And I think I was talking to Michael about that last night.
Yeah, we were talking about this.
But it's what it does. It's still very good at. It's still a very good first-person arena shooter. Not arena, but just first-person. It's kind of an arena, but you don't have any special powers.
Unreal Tournament, you don't have special powers, and it's an arena shooter.
You have jump pads.
It's not a special power. That's arena
They're more arenas. These are. I guess it is an arena shooter. I feel like they're different. Like I feel like Call of Duty and those type of games are different than Quake. Because you know what? It's a shooter. It's a first person shooter.
There you go. I was about to interrupt and be like,
let's not get into that.
No, let's argue semantics.
But to me, it does what it does very well. It's if you play Forza, Gran Turismo, they're racing games that do racing very well.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the same game that came out, Forza 1 and Gran Turismo 1. They're still the same game. They just look prettier now. But they're still fun.
Yeah, but when's the last time Call of Duty tried to innovate on their series?
Oh, shit. What was the...
Don't say Advanced Warfare.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. That new one with the jump packs and shit.
That's not innovating.
It was a mess.
That is not innovating.
They had jump packs.
No, that is not innovating.
They tried to go Quake and it just got to shit. It was not a good game.
I disagree that it is not innovation. That's just trash.
Yeah, it was bad innovation is what it was.
Not innovation.
But
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not really about innovating. They're just polishing the shit out of their turd.
Polish a turd. It's still a turd.
That's a shiny ass turd. I really like the game. I think it just plays really well, and I will defend it. I'm not that hard, but it's still a good game. I'm not gonna be like this is the best game ever, which I did actually say that last year.
Yeah, number 3 on your fucking list.
Here's the thing: I only played like 6 games all year.
You played Cuphead?
Yeah, I mean it was okay.
Cuphead was great.
We played like 3 levels.
It was great.
It was good.
It was great.
It was okay.
Come on, that was. I realized we could sit here and argue for an hour over this, so I'm just gonna stop right there and let you continue.
So besides Call of Duty, I played a little bit of Grand Theft Auto last night. Man, there's hold on, I have my Switch right here. I'll tell you what I played.
Has to go to the machine, pull up all the information.
Yeah.
Recently played.
A game called Shoe.
What the hell is a game called Shoe?
It's SHU. It's on the Switch.
Okay.
It's very, very, very pretty game.
Is it very?
Yeah, it's a platformer where you have to. I mean, it's just kind of a weird. It's not weird, but oh man, it's so hard to explain because I played it. I'm not very good at it, so I didn't like it right away. But just looking at the game, it looks very pretty. But basically, you're this dude or female. I'm not actually sure. But you're
Everybody watching this podcast is looking it up on Google right now.
You're a dude, or you may be a female.
You're a character.
You're a thing. You're a person.
You're a human character. I think. No shit. You're not even a human. You're a bird. You're some kind of bird creature. I remember now. You can't fly.
I never played it. I never played Owlboy, but just looking at the screenshots, it looks like Owlboy.
Kinda. Yeah, I haven't played.
That's what it looks like to me.
I played Owlboy. I played Owlboy last week while we were doing the podcast.
Okay, so here's what happens. So you're this character and you're running through these levels, and the end of the world is chasing you.
The end of the world.
It's basically like this
chasing you.
Black cloud. It's a monster of some sort is chasing you, and the whole time you're running. Like, it doesn't start chasing you right away. Like, you go through and you're collecting, or you're, like, finding just people that are trapped in the thing, and they have certain abilities. Like, one guy's really big, and he will help you smash through stuff. Like, you'll jump up and then use his ability, and he'll smash through. And then there was another one that you find, and she sings, and there's these metal flowers that'll open up when she sings. They'll open and close. So you'll use her ability, and you'll jump, and she'll sing, and you'll jump, jump, jump. So, I mean, there's, like, as you find these people that give you different abilities to get through the levels, and there's lots of collectibles and stuff. So if it's you're into collecting stuff and running from big, scary cloud shadow monster thingy, it's really good. I mean, it looks really good. It's not a game I'm good at, but it's nice. It's a nice game. And I think that's all I've played. Oh, no, it's not. You're pointing at me because I forgot Trailmakers.
No.
Oh. What are you going to point at me for?
I was going to ask you, is it auto-scrolling?
No.
So the cloud just kind of...
Yes. Oh, actually, yeah. When the cloud comes, it is auto-scrolling.
I hate auto-scrolling levels.
Well, I mean, it is chasing you.
I know.
You don't have to scroll. You can stop.
You stop and game
Die.
over. But I was just curious because
Yeah.
I was like, okay, is the cloud just kind of there as an effect, like, ooh, it's gonna get ya,
Yeah.
but you can stop and nothing happens, or
Right.
if it was a fucking auto scroller.
For a while, nothing's chasing you. You take your time and just kind of like explore stuff, and then all of a sudden it's like, whoa. Yeah.
Okay,
Interesting.
So it's an interesting game. I'm not real good at platformers, 2D platformers, or platform. I'm not good at video games, but it's there. It's a fun game.
says the man who's on like a 6-week winning streak on 8-Bit Challenge.
Well, you know.
So
We're still in your era right now with N64. Just wait till we get to the PlayStation.
And the last game I played is Trailmakers early access game. I tried to get both of you to play it. I know you got it.
Yes, I did buy that last night,
Yeah.
and I tried it out a little bit.
So what it is I think it's a lot like Scrap Mechanic, but I've never played Scrap Mechanic.
Never heard of that.
Basically what you do is it starts you off, and it kind of made me think of Pacific Storm for a while, or Motor Storm, not Pacific Storm. Not that it's so much a race, but it's like, here's your objective, and then way off in the distance you can see, I guess your objective. Here's where you are, and here's your objective. Listen, words are hard. So it gives you like a couple pieces. You know, you get a basic block, a basic engine, basic wheels, all this stuff, and it's like, here's make a car. We'll show you how to make a car, and you're gonna take that car and you're gonna go to the objective. The whole way there, you can explore this whole map. It's a big ass map, and finding other parts to improve your car because you're gonna come across terrain that you can't get with your shitty little buggy. You're gonna come across bigger engines because you'll need to climb bigger hills. You'll come across bigger tires, hover pads, propellers, all kinds of crazy stuff. It's like I have. You can actually have a thing in there right now, which is a transform. So you can save different builds, different blueprints, and on the fly you can just hit like Shift 1 and it'll switch to a different build. Shift 2 will switch to a different one. So you can have like I have right now my big moon crawler, which is huge 8-wheeled, multi-wheeled steering, and that's just for driving fast. And then I have the monster truck, which if I come across, I have to climb stuff, I'll switch over to it, and I have a speed buggy for racing through wind. Because you have to count into aerodynamics sometimes too, which is neat.
Neat.
That's a fun game. I think it'd be a lot of fun if you get. I think 4 people is most you can do have multiplayer. But I think it'd be a fun game.
Yeah.
But if you like building stuff and exploring stuff, Trailmakers.
It is kind of interesting.
It's early access right now, so if that's the thing you're against.
Yeah, I looked it up. It looks pretty cool. It's pretty neat so
Yeah.
far.
I had about an opportunity to spend about an hour with it. So
Yeah, that's a good amount of time to really play around with it. I love the way it handles. Like the cars, they handle well. The sounds are amazing.
it's almost like a little too tight for me.
Is it?
Some
Well,
of the steering.
Well, once you build different cars, they'll handle really different.
Oh,
like
good.
as you're, like I had one that was just retarded looking. Like the front wheels were really spread out and the back wheels were just like 2 blocks apart, and it just handled like absolutely garbage. Just going down the road, and it was just like wee.
I was when the little default buggy that they have you build at the very beginning.
It's a little weird.
I go, okay, W, I'm going straight. Yeah, let me hit D, and I hit D, and my car goes dunk. It's
Yeah,
like 90-degree turn. I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
that little car it handles really tight, but you'll get ones that'll just like slide all over, just drift around corners and stuff. They all handle like how you build them will determine how they handle. Also, what aerodynamics you put onto them will affect their handling and stuff.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
So I look forward to actually playing a little bit more of that myself.
awesome, good deal. And that's all I've played, I think.
All right. Michael, I think we got a good idea what you've been playing lately, but go ahead and fill us in.
Okay. Well, let me start with the obvious one first. I have been playing Final Fantasy Dissidia in T.
Yes, I wish I wouldn't have canceled my pre-order, but I totally did that.
Yeah. It is super good. I'll talk more about it in the news. I've been playing. I played a little bit of GTA yesterday. I've been playing Subnautica because it is fully released. It's not in early access anymore,
I was gonna say,
and it is awesome.
Subnautica. Like you played that a long time ago. See, I thought Subnautica. I didn't realize it was in early access back in that time frame.
Yeah,
I just thought it was just out and it was the game at that point in time. And then here recently, everybody's been talking about Subnautica. I'm like, the fuck, that game's old. What's going on?
yeah. I played it back whenever it was very, very, very early access,
Yeah.
and they've added a ton of stuff to it,
You
and it
don't
is.
say.
It is by far, in my opinion, it is by far the best survival crafting game out there. Like, I like it more than Minecraft. It's the only survival crafting game that I'll play anymore. I love it.
So okay, so how I've seen some of the like stuff that you did a long time ago, where you had your little underwater base and stuff.
Right.
So what is the thing? What have they added into the game that you've seen?
That's the that's bad part because I haven't quite got that far
Oh, you're
into
still-
the game yet. Yeah, they still have the base building and stuff like that. I haven't played it since like that early access, like when I played it years ago on my channel. So there's updates from that point to now that some people might think, oh, this is an old update he's talking about, and I'm like, I don't know exactly what's old and new because I haven't played it since then. But there's more creatures. There's more like biomes that you can explore. there's more events that happen, like the radio will send you distress signals from like other life pods that you can go search. Or I've gotten to a point where this ship called the Sunbeam is like, we've picked up uh, your signal, and we hope that you guys are still alive because you crash landed on this planet. We hope you guys are still alive. We're going to be landing at this location. Here's the coordinates. Be there in 45 minutes. And it's like this timer's going down, and I haven't reached that point yet, so I don't know what's going to happen, if you can actually beat the game by escaping, or if, like, something prevents them, or I don't know yet. But it's...
You get there and they just hand out little Kool-Aid packets and little Rice Krispie treats.
Oh God, it's FEMA.
They send some airdrops down with some like peanut butter crackers and stuff.
Nothing to drink.
Sorry. I couldn't help myself.
You swim up and you're like, here I am.
Hey, welcome back.
You go into hyperspace. Gone. No, there's a lot of really cool things. I started building a habitat underwater, and there's the scanner room. The scanner room wasn't in the original one that I played, or at least I didn't get to build it. But there's the scanner room that shows a map of the surrounding area where your scanner room is built, and then you get to control these two little camera drones and like send them through the ocean and explore in the safety of your scanner room. So you're in your scanner room safe while your little drone's going around around the water and stuff. It's really cool. And then when you get out of your drone, it'll show you on your map a little speck, a little dot on the map, a 3D holographic map where your drone is. And you're like, okay, if you find something interesting with the drone, you're like, there it is on the map. So you hop out, get in your Seamoth and fly, go over. I say fly, swim over to your drone. And you're like, okay, here's the thing. You can start scanning stuff. Oh, it's super cool. The game is amazing.
Okay, so then does the drone stay, like, when you transition from the map in the scanner room to the map on the Moth? I've never played, so I'm kind of just going out there. Does the drone stay, like, persistent on each map so you know where it is?
Each map?
Okay, like I'm assuming, because when you talk about the 3D...
Okay, the Seamoth doesn't have a map. The Seamoth is just like a little small personal vehicle that you have right now. The scanner room is the only place where the holographic map is.
Right.
So
do you, as a person by yourself, when you're not in that area, say like you walk out of the scanner room and you don't have that map anymore, do you actually have a map for... Or
it's not a map. Your little camera drone appears as a like a HUD, like thing. And like if you hover your mouse pointer over it, it'll show you the distance, how far it is, and then you just go to it.
Now I'm following. Now I'm tracking. Yeah. So they do have like the little heads up display where it just says it's in
like
this
beacons.
direction. This
it's
far.
Like a beacon.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
I suggest it for anybody who's into like survival crafting type games. Subnautica is the best in my opinion, and it is amazing. It's super fun. I've been having a lot of fun with it, and I haven't even scratched the surface with the new full release yet. I haven't figured out everything yet. Go ahead, TJ.
I'm a big fan of it, and I haven't played it. Just I've watched you play it, and I don't like survival crafting games at all anymore because they're the same thing all the time. But Subnautica, it's like. It's not an alien planet. I mean, it is an alien planet, but it's underwater. It might as well be an alien planet, even if it were here on Earth, because no game it's like you're underwater the whole time. It's great. Go down there, and I think that's really cool because you can see trees and grass everywhere in a survival crafting game. But when going underwater is just it's super cool.
It's a very well designed survival crafting game.
Yeah.
Like it's so different from the other ones, where it's just like, oh, look, you can build castles like every other survival crafting game and towers.
And I'm a huge fan of giant sea monsters. Just being there, you're like doing stuff, and all of a sudden you look up and here's this massive whale, and you're just like, oh shit.
And you know that my fear of fucking anglerfish is
no. The fear is real.
My wife is arguing with me right now. Anyway, it's a fantastic game. I suggest it. I'm trying to think of anything else like new, like in there that I've experienced.
Is it multiplayer?
It is not multiplayer.
It's sole single player.
It is focused. It is focused on single player. They didn't waste their time trying to make multiplayer, at least yet.
That's really interesting.
To take away from the single player experience, which I like.
Yeah, that's really interesting though, because a lot of these survival crafting games rely on a lack of storytelling, and you just make up your own shit.
Yeah, and there is a story now. Like there's an actual intro. Like in the version that I played when you first played it, it just starts you, and you're in the life pod, and you just assume that like, okay, I'm in a life pod. I must have crash landed in this ship and I escaped from it or whatever. There's actually an intro now where it shows your guy going, and he sits down in the chair and he goes beep beep beep, and you can see space as he's jettisoned out of the Aurora, which is the giant spaceship, and you see it exploding in space, and then this like piece of metal like falls off of like the wall in your life pod and hits you in the head, and then you get knocked out and you wake up in the ocean.
Oh wow,
that's neat. I just had a thought while you were talking about that, and it's just it's one of those stupid thoughts that just crawl into your head.
Awesome. I'm excited.
Oh boy.
It's about
love those.
Because I partially do some sort of design and engineering work. What I thought about was, boy, you'd actually have to generate a pretty user-friendly UI for an escape pod. So you can get out of there, because it's like, if nobody knows how to use an escape pod and sits down and there's a million buttons, they're gonna like, well, I'm gonna die.
Go.
There has to be a seal door button, launch button, turn on oxygen button, or whatever, just where you just going dot 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 dot. It's one of those stupid things that just crawl into my head.
The funny thing you mentioned is because in my head I was like, I'd be pissed at the engineer who designed that panel. But just you bringing up that how user friendly that kind of points out to, like, I know this is kind of derailing a little bit, but astronauts and stuff, when they go through other stuff, they have to practice everything, even if they're not going to use it, just in case. It's like, if you have a life pod and you've got to hit 8 buttons, you better know damn well which 8 buttons you have to hit and which order to hit them.
Yeah.
Sorry. You're talking about... No, it's fine. You're talking about user-friendly, like things like that. And it's funny because after that opening cutscene, you wake up and your pod is in the ocean and your pod's on fire. And you wake up and your guy's like, oh shit. And he like sits there and like opens his thing, and you grab a fire extinguisher and you put out the fire. After the fire's put out, your guy carries this PDA, like this little like screen, and you hold it up and it boots up, and it says, welcome to your personal your PDA. It is, we've detected that you have suffered minor like head injuries. This is considered an optimal outcome. This is programmed to now help you survive on an alien planet now that you have, ended up here. The Aurora, detecting the Aurora, there's no life signs coming from the Aurora spaceship. It's like, damn, so you're the only ones left alive, and it's like, this thing is telling you, well, you're fucked, but I'm going to help you survive.
But you're still alive, and that's the best outcome.
See,
yeah.
So here's what I take away from all this. It was the engineer on the ship who escaped because he knew how to use everything on the goddamn control panel.
He was probably down in the engineering deck where the life pods are right there. He's like, oh, we got to go. Later, bitches.
Sorry.
But yeah, that was like the intro, and it's like, oh, this is considered an optimal outcome. Oh, now we're going to help you survive in this world or whatever. And it's super cool. It's a very, very fun game, and I think you guys should try it too. I think you guys would enjoy it. It's fun.
I'm interested, but my problem is when you ran into it and said it's single player only. That's where I kind of slammed into a wall, because I'm not really looking for another single player survival game.
Yeah.
These survival games for me are just not really my forte.
and that's fine. Yeah.
I mean, I will play a Minecraft because there's other people involved.
Yeah.
But if you asked me to go play Minecraft by myself, maybe when it initially released, like years and years ago, I did. But now, I don't care.
I hope Minecraft just ends.
You hope Minecraft ends?
I hate it so much.
Is it because it's just popular?
No, because I played the shit out of it. I've played it. Me and Michael have played.
We have
hours upon hours, and I've played single player. I've built castles. I've built all kinds of shit, and I love the game, but I've played it too much, and it's now it's the same thing, and it's like,
and now I'm just tired of seeing, like, at every E3, Minecraft's coming to the new system.
Yeah,
Minecraft HD now on Switch.
But
Dude, gotta get them dollars.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't blame them. You know, it's kids will buy it. It's a good game for kids, and I think that's why it's still popular. Is because kids can pick it up. Boom, easy.
Why
peasy.
it's probably one of the biggest, most selling game across ever.
No
no
doubt.
Because really, it's this generation's Legos.
That's true.
I mean, and it's better than Legos because you can just, it's crazy. And don't get me wrong, I love the game for what it is, but I just played it too much and I don't want to play it anymore. It's the same game all the time, and even with all the new mods and stuff, I'm not interested.
It is.
But the thing is, it's like once every 5 years, like Michael would be like, "You want to play Minecraft?" And I'm like, "No." He's like, "Come on." And then we play and we build this big ass town, and then we end up competing, and we have these massive structures overlooking this big ass town.
Yeah, and then it's like, well, we had our fun building our structures. We're done.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's how the game goes every time.
Every time we play this game, we build a small town, and around this town, like I remember, we built the town, and then he built a house, and then I built a house that was slightly bigger, and then he built another house that was considerably bigger. So I built a mansion on top of a mountain that was overlooking the town.
And then he built a Sphinx.
I mean, that was an old build. You built what was it? Hogwarts.
What?
Oh yeah. Oh god. Yeah. I built like a Hogwarts style like castle with like towers and stuff around it.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Just how much time have you spent in this fucking game?
Believe it or not that much. I mean, I forgot the word I was going for there, but not a ton of luck, because we would eventually end up working with, helping each other build these ridiculous builds. Like, so, we also used creative mode.
Well, yeah.
We started up, once we also had this crazy ass bridges I built.
Oh yeah, that was TJ. He built these giant long ass fucking bridges. Anyway,
yeah.
Minecraft.
Fuck Minecraft. It's
Fuck
great.
Minecraft. Anyway, yeah. Sorry. I remember one of the new things in the new Subnautica release.
Oh yeah.
In my habitat that I built under the water, you have to provide power to them now. So I built like this little solar panel, which obviously works during the daytime, but at nighttime the habitat shuts down at nighttime. And if you're inside the habitat, your oxygen starts running out because there's no oxygen being generated in there. So I'm like, that's new. That didn't happen in the old one, which is kind of cool, It's like there's not oxygen being generated in your habitat. You better watch out. Your little PDA tells you. You better watch the fuck out.
You get a little fish and get a little hamster wheel and have them swim in circles on the hamster wheel and generate electricity.
Yeah, basically.
So what kind of generators do they have? Is it only solar power? Do they have like wave generators?
No, they have more. They have generators, and they have like this little battery charger that like you can put power cells into. So one power cell will charge while it drains the other power cell, and you have to find pieces of that on the ocean floor that fell from the aurora to learn the blueprint for it first. So you got to find blueprints for like. There's also one that I just got in my game. I forgot what it was called. Bioreactor. It's called a bioreactor, and you just dump. Yeah, you just dump a bunch of like crap that you find off the ocean into it, and it provides energy.
Neat.
So there you go. It's yeah.
I can just imagine your guy with like a big bag, and he's like grabbing fish and crabs and coral and just stuffing them in. He's like, "You're gonna help me breathe."
You will make lots of energy tonight.
Anyway, Subnautica's great. That's a game I've been playing. Last game I played this week kind of went off on a huge tangent there, is a game called My Time in Portia.
Oh yeah.
I played a game called My Time in Portia, and it is a Harvest Moon type game, but instead of a farm, you own a workshop
What?
where you craft stuff. And you're competing with other workshops in the town to become number one workshop. Like you can craft bridges to make a bridge to cross another island, and you craft hammers and axes and stuff, and you sell them. And it's a lot like Harvest Moon. It's a life simulator type game. You have a house, and you can put furniture in there, and it also has fighting and dungeons and stuff like that in it. And it's a lot of fun. And I'd suggest that it's in early access, and you can tell. There's a lot of it's good, and there's a lot there, but there's a lot of moments that are like, early access, right? It's one of those types of games. You'll be like, oh, yeah, that's not supposed to happen. But yeah, it's that's another fun game that I've been playing. And that is it for all that I've been playing this week.
All right. Well, this week, for me, it has been dominated by Sea of Thieves, which is the reason why I dumped my pre-order on Dissidia after our talk last week on Final Fantasy Dissidia.
Yeah.
And additional conversations that we had. I went and I said, I'm pre-ordering Dissidia. And I pre-ordered Dissidia. And I said, yes, it is there. And then 2 days later, I saw Sea of Thieves beta. Get into the beta with the pre-order now. And I said, all right, cancel Dissidia. Let's go Sea of Thieves. Because this is a game that I've been waiting for.
Yeah.
I am so excited because back in the day, Michael and I, we used to play Sea Dogs.
Yes. That's a game I've been looking forward to as well, Sea of Thieves, but yeah.
Windows 10 or Xbox One only.
And I don't have an Xbone or Windows 10.
Yeah.
Lame.
I mean, I do have Windows 10.
But you don't have Windows 10.
I'm just too lazy to install it. Anyway, continue.
So, I pre-ordered it, and then I went to try to get into the beta. This was at 11 o'clock. So, fired it up. Servers were down. I said, son of a bitch. Okay, well, server's going to come back up in an hour. So I come back an hour and 20 minutes later. Error message. Can't get into the server. Error message. Can't get into the server. I tried for 2 hours trying to get into the server to play the damn beta. And there's a very specific reason why I was failing to get in that I'm going to bring up in the news. But I gave it some time, and I finally got into the game. It was probably about 6 o'clock in the afternoon. I finally snuck my way in. Now, in the beta, they hammered the experience down to very, very, very thin. It looks like they were trying to flesh out maybe some little bit of missions and some little bit of multiplayer aspects, because they cut a whole lot of stuff out.
Yeah.
There was no text about how to do anything. There was nothing about creating a character or anything. You just defaulted to one particular character every time.
Yeah.
And no direction. So you spawned inside of a tavern and then you go. So I left, not knowing that I could pick up missions, which I did later on. I found out, but the very first time, I hop on my little one-person sloop, and boy, howdy, you got to do everything. Literally everything. You got to sit there. You got to trim the sails. You've got to go over and then raise anchor. You got to go downstairs and look at the map. You got to come back upstairs and grab the wheel and turn. And then you got to trim the angle of the sails so you can pick the wind up right.
Yeah.
Holy shit. They did warn you when you first started this. If you select the one person, it's like, this is for experienced gamers only. So I was like, well, of course I'm experienced. I know exactly what I'm doing. So I get out there and I get onto the ocean and I'm just sailing around. I'm like, holy shit. And the water physics in this game, or the looks,
Yeah.
fucking amazing. I mean, it looks like you're out on the damn ocean.
Yeah.
It has everything right. It's when the waves get super choppy, they crest with white caps, everything. So I was super excited. I'm sitting there out there staring around, and then I get out near an island called Kraken, something Kraken. I was going to go explore it. Get on the island, I run around. I said, okay, hey, cool, look. There's a few skeletons pop up with swords, try to kill you. It's like, hey, this is neat. There's nothing on the island.
Yeah.
They've stripped everything away from it. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to get back on my boat and go. Get on my boat and I sail out into the ocean again. Well, there's a storm coming. So I'm like, okay, well, I better kind of slow down and try to ride this out. So go down there, trim the sails, go over here, set my angle, go back to the steering wheel, the boat, aim, point it right at the waves, and all right, here I go. I'm going to ride this storm out. Fucking waves get massive in the game, by the way. Like, huge waves.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there going, up, down, up, down. I'm like, holy shit, this is so cool. I was like, oh, I better go run and, change the trim on my sails. Run over here. I go over to my sails. Can't interact with it anymore. I said, uh-oh. That I think the game is messed up. Run over back to the steering wheel. Can't interact with the wheel of the ship. I said, what the hell is going on? Then all of a sudden, my boat goes, and it starts turning, like getting slowly, 15, 30, 45 degree angle. I said, oh shit, no. No. Motherfucking boat flips over and sinks.
Jeez.
I'm out in the middle of the ocean. By the way, you don't drown in the beta at this point in time. They have no oxygen levels, no nothing. So I'm just sinking into the water, and I just watch my boat go flip off into the black abyss. So I swim all the way back up to the top of the ocean. I'm just kind of bobbing there in the waves going, well, fuck. I had to quit and start back over and get out and try again. And I mean, that was just my first introduction to the game, but I figured out why my boat sank later on. Because when I got back in again, I actually found the guy that was giving out missions. I got a hold of the missions. In the beta, your interaction is very limited. It's almost like you're walking up to kind of like a kiosk type deal. Mm-hmm. I mean, the person's there, he's doing his animations, but he doesn't interact with you.
Yeah.
He's just constantly doing his idle animations. So I pick up a mission, and here in about 3 minutes, the video is going to go live of everything that I'm telling you about right now. So watch the Sea of Thieves video. So I pick up my mission and I go out. I said, okay, I'm going to go out into the island. Hop on my ship. You got to go downstairs. The way they've done this is apparently anybody can have missions, and then they can propose a journey. So there's a little table on the bottom side of your ship. You put your map down there that you're proposing for your mission, and then everybody votes on what they want to do.
Yeah.
So, at least from what I could see, you could have one person, you can have a one-player option where you're doing solo, which is what I was doing. You can have 2 players, and it's kind of a, 2-person ship or a 4-person ship.
Yeah.
So, even on one person, you've got to put it down, you got to propose it, and then you got to go, and then you got to vote on which one to do. Once you vote on it, it accepts it, and then it'll give you a map. And it's hilarious because you take this map, okay, and then since the beta didn't really have any controls, I kind of had a hard time figuring out exactly what I was doing.
Yeah.
But once I figured out the radial wheel for the map, you can sit there and look at it. And you hold it up and you look at it, and you got to match the island on the map to your big map, which is, by the way, is a 26 by 26 square.
Miles?
Like A, B to
Okay.
Z, 1 to 26.
I wonder how big the map is, though.
I don't think it's huge. Just kind of how fast that I moved between squares.
Right.
But it still would probably take time to traverse. I would estimate it would probably take you somewhere between 30 minutes to 40 minutes to go from Z26 to A1.
That's pretty big.
So,
Yeah.
give or take. But from island to island, it was pretty fast. I mean,
Yeah.
within 5 minutes, I was within striking range of where I was supposed to go.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, if you hold right mouse button while you're holding your map, he turns it around so you can hold the map out and show other people.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So I sat there, I was literally going, flip back, back. flip back. I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Flip back, flip back. So you get to go out and basically you look for treasure chests was what's this particular mission in this particular faction. There are 3 different factions from what I gather that you can each do missions for and gain rep for. So it's going to be kind of like Destiny, except not. If it makes any sense.
Yeah.
You can get different musical instruments. By the way, you get musical instruments.
As you do.
You get a squeeze box, and then I realized I called it a mandolin before, and I was completely wrong. It's a hurdy-gurdy.
Okay.
So it's
Yeah.
little
I love those.
You little turn little handle, and you can play it. Oh god, it sounds so cool.
Yeah.
They sound awesome. I love the way those sound.
There's only 3 different songs in the beta right now that they were playing, but it seems like every time I started, I got the exact same one over and over and over and over again. But it was really neat. But you can hunt treasure during the beta and go back and cash it in for more money to get coin, to buy more missions, to go out and do more missions. I only did 1 at the time, but when I got out onto the sea, it's pretty quick to get there. Still running around doing everything, having to run down, navigate, and check map and come back. The treasure chest that I went after was it was like a Captain Bones type, is what the treasure map was. It had where the location was, but it doesn't really give you good detail. Since it's an intro, it's like it put an X on a map, and then you hold the map up, and then you kind of orientate yourself against the island, and you run down there and then dig it up. You get a shovel, you get a bucket, you get guns, you get swords. I dug up the treasure chest. This treasure chest was the chest of 1,000 grogs. By the way, you can get fucking stoned ass drunk in this game. Like way, way, way drunk.
But you're a pirate. You need to be able to get drunk.
Yeah. But when you pick up this treasure chest, it maxes out your drunken level. So when you're sitting there trying to walk straight, you drift hard left and right the entire time. And you're just holding W for forward, and you're like skitting left, like you're holding AW or WD and going the other direction. I have to keep looking down at my keyboard because I forget what the fucking for D is. So you strafe hard, and then, of course, the skeletons respawn, and they come back over. So what do you got to do? Throw the treasure chest down and beat the shit out of people again. They explode really nice, too. So
Yeah.
when you blow up, when you kill them, like you shoot them and they explode, or beat them with the sword and explode. It's great. But I got the treasure chest up. I climb up the ladder, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to finally get the hell out of here. I take 1 step forward. My treasure chest goes, oh, no, you're still drunk. And then I go right back off the ship. It just takes me right back off into the water, and I start sinking into the water. I'm like, God damn it. Get back up on the ship, throw it down, and I go back to port. I cash it in, I get my money. It looks like this is kind of going to be one of the things that you can do from what I understand. There's going to be a whole lot more behind this. There's also going to be sea monsters in the game. Mm-hmm. And there's mermaids in the game, and sirens, and all other kinds of shit. Unfortunately, this stuff wasn't in the beta at the time, but like mermaids will transport you all over the goddamn island. Sirens are going to lure you in. Sea monsters are going to eat your ass out whenever you're in the water. But when I was at dock at the island before I left, and you can see this in the video and hear it, I'm sitting there talking and then playing a little music on my squeeze box, and then you hear like really deep in the background. I'm like, what the hell is that? So it's really cool.
I'm super interested. I want to play it so bad.
Oh my God. I think the multiplayer is just going to be absolute gold, man.
Yeah.
I think it will be. Yeah.
You'll have ship to ship combat. Like, I didn't see any other players on the server that I was at.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Maybe I just happened to miss people.
Yeah.
But there's cannons that you can load and shoot. There's just so much. There's so much potential behind this game that I'm so stoked about. And I'm so hype on. If they fuck it up and treat it like Destiny, then I'm going to be so sad.
Yeah.
Because I want it to be so good. There's so many options. So,
there's going to be loot boxes.
Treasure chest, maybe.
Loot chests.
Loot chests. Hey, man, there's some of the stuff that in the store actually works in the game, or during the time of the beta, and you can sit there and see like golden encrusted hurdy-gurdies and squeeze boxes and stuff.
Yeah.
It was rather interesting to see all the cool stuff that you can pick up. You get a compass in your hand, a watch in your hand, bucket to bail out. Oh yeah, I didn't talk about this. I almost sunk my ship the second time I played. Because when I was sailing out to go to the island to find the treasure chest for the chest of 1,000 grogs, I did a terrible job at piloting my boat. So it's like Rapier Cay looks like a little dolphin-shaped island, and I ended up with my sails trimmed for too much wind, plowing directly into the island. By accident?
Yeah. They do it in Pirates of the Caribbean all the time. Should be fine.
It's an easy way to find it and try to stop. So I had to trim my sails and I dropped anchor. And so I'm out there and I'm sitting there shooting skeletons from my ship with a little sniper rifle.
Yeah.
Which is weird, but nonetheless, it's the little looking glass on the rifle has little cracks in it. So it has almost kind of like a point to shoot, or a 0 point for honing in, which is kind of neat. But after I got done with all that, and I said, okay, I'm gonna run downstairs right quick. And I turn around and I look, and then on the back side of my ship near my map table, it's leaking water. And I said, uh-oh. I said, oh no. I grab a board and I patch it up and I go, good. I turn around and I look and I start walking forward. And then the entire hull of my ship is full of water. Like there's a stairwell that goes down.
Yeah.
There's a brig on the left-hand side. And then there's a grog barrel on the left-hand side. And then other various things like bananas, cannonballs, and stuff that you go downstairs to refuel like your cannons and shit.
Yeah.
Basically your whole hold. When I went down there, it was completely underwater. And I had damaged the front end of my ship. So I had to swim all the way to the front end of my ship, patch it, swim back, and then take the bucket they give you and bail out the ship. Which it took like 8 or 9 bales just to get all the water out of my ship.
Yeah.
But
that's cool.
It's all kinds of stuff. So that's how I figured I must have damaged my ship while I was out in the ocean in the rough seas. And it was sinking and I didn't realize it. They also have a little bell that you can ring a bell too.
That's, if the crew's sleeping, you got to wake them up.
I don't know.
Everybody runs up. What's up? I have to poop. Someone watch the wheel.
Take the helm. So.
Can you imagine having a full crew on a bigger ship, like instead of you doing everything yourself, like having people, it sounds so awesome.
You're going to have the captain who's going to be barking out orders like, I need sails at half mast, trim it to where you're taking the angle. We need more wind. Man the cannons. There's a guy coming up. I am so waiting for this. Comes out March 20th.
Your birthday.
Exactly. The best day.
Nice. The best day.
The best day.
That's awesome. I can't wait. I want to play it too, but I gotta.
I know it's.
Are you getting it for Xbone or
it
Windows?
Here's the beautiful thing
that's right.
about
It's
cross-platform. It's cross-platform.
That's right.
People on Xbox can play with Windows people, and Windows people can play with Xbox people.
And if you buy it on Windows, you get it on Xbox.
Yes. This is the other glorious thing about right now with Microsoft and what they're doing with some of their first-party content. You buy it for one, you get it for both.
I forgot about that. That's right. I remember that now. That's awesome.
It is.
I want it so bad.
It's so neat. So look forward to that. Go watch the video. It's live now. I'll do a retweet here in a second.
Yeah.
So. But that's what I've been playing this week. I've been playing a lot of Sea of Thieves.
Sounds like fun.
And now I can't play Sea of Thieves, and I'm super freaking sad.
That's the worst about these weekend betas. It's like you playing and this game is great. Beta's over. I don't know what to do with my life.
And it ain't no lie. Holy shit.
Damn.
So guys, let's go ahead and take this opportunity to move into the news.
All right.
And I tell you what, I'll start things off because I just finished talking about Sea of Thieves game. Let me talk about this. Sea of Thieves closed beta had more than 300,000 players.
That's a lot of people.
It is huge for a beta right now.
Mm-hmm.
And here are some of the highlights about what took place during this beta. More than 2 million in-game hours were played. 314,021 total players. 35,882 peak concurrent players. 402,488 quests completed. 14,260,440 hours watched. By the way, Sea of Thieves on Twitch, when the beta launched, was number one and did not let go of the number one spot on Twitch the entire beta. I think the top streamer at that time in Sea of Thieves had 42,000 concurrent viewers.
Yeah.
When I checked in to see what it was.
That's pretty good.
This is massive. I mean, Hearthstone tournaments level of viewership was on this. So
Yeah.
it's nuts. 104,204 average viewers. Oh, I'm sorry. 269,000 concurrent views on Twitch. 871,180,805 gold earned. 132,969 players sailed the sea alone in a ship. There were 132,000 people out there, and I did not find one of them during my time in the beta.
Damn.
121,748 players were part of a two-person crew. 160,797 players were part of the standard four-person crew. And 30,595 content creators were playing. Nuts! And it's a beta! And to be able to get into the beta, you had to pre-order it. That's 314,000 pre-orders for this game right now.
Yeah.
It's going to be big when it comes out. If they fail hard, this is going to be so bad. Rare has got a lot of pressure on them right now.
Wait, Rare is the one that's behind this?
Rare is making this.
Yes.
Really?
Rare.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's either gonna be really great or really bad.
Yeah.
Rare doesn't seem to do anything in between.
From what I've seen right now, everything's going to be really great.
Awesome.
This was a very focused section of the beta, and I understand why 100%.
Yeah.
I can't wait to create my character.
Yeah. I want to have a custom ship.
I don't know if you can do custom shit.
Oh, you're damn sure there's gonna be. You're gonna
maybe?
like loot boxes and stuff. You're gonna be able to open. You're gonna get like gold plated the thingy on the front. I forget what it's called now. You know.
Your
maiden
figurehead.
Head. Your figurehead, yeah, maidenhead. That's a totally different thing.
Maidenhead. Chop off a maidenhead, put it on your ship.
Anywho, yeah, the figurehead thingy. You get. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of cool shit with customization.
There might be. It sounds like an awesome game, and I'm looking forward to it myself. So I'm excited.
All right, moving on from Sea of Thieves, because it's literally been about 40 minutes, I think. Nintendo Switch has been on the market for less than 11 months, but it's already outsold the Wii U, which is nuts.
Yeah.
Around 12.13 million Switch units were sold during the 9 months ending at December 31st, 2017. So from March to December, that's 12.13 million, with 2.74 million sold during its debut in March.
Yeah.
Those are strong sales numbers. Overall, this means 14.87 million Switches have been sold by the end of December last year. As of October 31st, Wii U hardware sales stood at 13.56 million.
Jeez.
This is by the way, this is an article from GameSpot. Mario Odyssey is the console's best-selling game to date, with 9 million units sold. And Mario Kart Deluxe at 7.3, Splatoon 2 at 4.9 million. Wow.
Nintendo's Call of Duty.
Nintendo
That's
has found their gold mine now.
Yeah, holy shit. And here's the thing. It's the best console ever. And I'm not saying that
Agreed.
performance-wise or anything. I mean, it's not going to overpower anything. I think most smartphones are almost as powerful as it is. But
See, that's the thing, is a console doesn't have to have like ultra real life graphics to be great.
You're right. And everything that I've played on the Switch is really good. But the thing is, it's so fucking portable. You can take it anywhere. Sit at the DMV, bring your Switch. You're sitting at work, you got nothing to do, bring your Switch. You come home, plug it into the TV.
Bring your Switch.
Bring your Switch.
Going on a flight. Bring your Switch.
Bring your Switch.
Dude, I bring it everywhere.
Dude.
As soon as when I leave the house, it goes in my pocket. When I go anywhere, if I know I'm going to be waiting, if I go to eat dinner by myself, instead of playing on my phone, I'm playing on my Switch.
Let me ask you this. A while back, we had a question at the end of the podcast. You should know where I'm going with this. Best person purchase and worst purchase.
Oh yeah.
Does
Switch,
this supplement
100%? 100%.
100%
That's the best
now?
thing
It's
I've
the
ever
best
bought.
purchase you've ever bought.
Yeah. It used to be the 3DS because I love the 3DS because you could say it had a lot of good stuff, and but it doesn't compete. Honestly, I think this is going to kill their handheld market.
I think that's their initial plan.
Yeah.
I think so too. Yeah.
I heard here recently that Nintendo's planning a price drop on the 3DS. So that way it gets cheaper for kids.
Mhm.
And because of the huge back catalog of games,
Yeah.
just kind of drives sales one last time before it gets cut off and killed. Because it's still actually receiving a few new games.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with 3DS. It's a great system. It's just this is too good. It looks too good. It's too portable. I mean, like if you have your Switch dock in here, if I want to be like, let me show you something, pop mine in. I can play at your house or anyone's house. It's so good. So good. I love it so much.
They just need a better portable dock.
Yeah. Yeah. They can make a cardboard one that you can just fold
Nintendo
out.
Switch is a damn good seller.
It is, yeah.
Nintendo Labo dock. I'm sorry, you said cardboard.
That's what I was going for, the Labo dock. So good, yeah. Anyways, yeah, good for Nintendo.
So they are doing a fantastic job. And lastly, for what I've got from the news, and everybody's probably seen this, and I honestly shouldn't be surprised, Red Dead Redemption 2 has been delayed. It is no longer coming out spring of 2018. It is now in October.
I'm okay with that.
I think it was October 26th is when its release date. And Rockstar has a history of delaying games like all the time. I think GTA 5 was delayed four times. Was it 4?
It was. Yeah, it was. I'm sad about that, but at the same time, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
As long as the delays, as long as there's some good polish and it comes out as a fantastic game, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, 100%. You know Rockstar is going to do things right.
Yeah, if they fuck this up, it will ruin them.
Oh, it will.
Yeah.
The bar for Rockstar is set so high.
Yeah.
It's just astronomical to reach.
Yeah.
In fact, you could probably argue that the expectations are way too high right now.
Too high, yeah. I would say lower them, but don't. Because I think it's going to be amazing. Like, I mean, if you just look at Grand Theft Auto 5. Just you go back and you play 4, and you're like, oh, God, this looks terrible. When we played 4, it looked amazing. When we went to 5, it was like, holy shit. So I'm super excited just to see what Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to be like.
Yeah. That's really all I've got right there. I mean, it's delayed. There's nothing more you can say, but
Yeah.
I'm ready for it. So
Yeah.
guys, that's what I got from the news. Michael, what do you got from the news this week?
Me?
Yeah, what you got?
Okay, I guess I'll go.
I was gonna say, let's hear about that deliciousness of the city.
All right, well, I have a little bit of a list here. I'm going to go ahead and get this one out of the way because I know it's not something that we really care about, but, other people might be interested to hear that are watching the podcast. It's about Dr. Disrespect.
Oh, boy.
He said he released a video. He will be back to streaming normally on Twitch on February 5th. He released a video featuring his wife holding a knife to his throat.
Yeah, this is.
And
what,
he's like,
me and Daniel were talking about this last week. I was telling him.
Yeah, he released a video of that, and he also changed the name of his community from the Slick Daddy Club to just the Champions Club. So that's something, I guess. Now on to better things.
Yeah.
So far, 2018 has been fantastic for video games so far. Obviously, Subnautica officially released and is amazing. We talked about that. Final Fantasy Dissidia has released and it's also fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I mentioned this in I've talked to Daniel and TJ about this, but in 2 weeks ago when I was in the podcast, I talked about the good, the bad, and the ugly, and the Moogle is still able to be turned off, thankfully.
Yes.
And the loot boxes thing is not microtransactions.
Yeah.
The store is you only uses in-game gil, and there's no option to purchase like anything with real life money. It's all gil is earned in-game. Thank the heavens.
When you told me that, I was so ecstatic about that, because when you said loot boxes, my immediate reaction at that time was no. Now I'm okay with it.
Because I didn't know when the beta was out, the store option was grayed out, and I was like, "There's a store option." What was I supposed to think?
Yeah.
But yes, it uses like you do a gauntlet battle, which you fight as many battles as you can before you lose, or like I think it's like you fight 5 battles, and if you win them all, great. If you fight as many as you can to earn as much, level ups and items and stuff, and it unlocks items and unlocks treasure chests for you, and gives you gil for winning. And then you go to the store and you can buy the music tracks for the game, or appearance upgrades for the characters, or profile pictures for your profile and stuff. And it's not microtransactions. Thank you, Square, for not going down that road. It's super good too. I played it. TJ watched me play it on stream the other day, and I was having so much damn fun with the game.
It looks so good.
It does.
Yeah. It was really fun. So that's the thing. Dissidia released and is fucking amazing. I have not played the story mode yet. I haven't delved into that. I've been having way too much fun just playing like the sparring matches and stuff. Go ahead.
I do have one question. I had read somewhere that some of the story mode has to be, or the story mode had to be unlocked.
I think that's true, because I played some of the Gauntlet mode, and it unlocks this thing called Memoria, which will unlock more of the story mode, which I'm okay with, because like just playing the game is fun.
It's an interesting choice. Yeah. That's for sure. It is. So I'm just curious to see if that was actually legit or not.
It is legit. They give you it unlocks this thing called Memoria, and it says this will unlock something in the story mode, and I like kind of skimmed over it at the time. I was like, I'll just look into this later, because I was having too much fun playing the damn game. But yeah, it's super good. It's such a treat playing that game, and all the characters are fun to play. Like playing Ramza Bale, that's an awesome character, and but he's so much different from all the other Final Fantasy characters. Just like Tactics was different from all the other Final Fantasy games, like the arranged tracks, the arranged music tracks for Final Fantasy Tactics sound awesome.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, there's some arranged music tracks, and it's just like, oh my god, it sounds so good. I'll have to link you my favorite one after this.
I got chills
podcast.
Again.
It's good, yeah.
Final Fantasy music is such a thing.
Yeah.
Okay, off from Dissidia, Final Fantasy 15 has a Windows edition coming to Steam in March soon. And also recently released, just like I think yesterday or the day before, Final Fantasy 12, the Zodiac Age released a HD remaster of, or not a remaster, but an HD version of Final Fantasy 12 with a bunch of new like game mechanics and uh, enhanced rearranged music selection and stuff, and that looks cool. I'm excited for that too, actually. Let's see. Nintendo Switch has a lot of new games on the eShop available right now, including Crypt of the Necrodancer is released on the Switch. I love that game. That was a fun game. Night in the Woods is on Switch now. Steam World Dig. Apparently, like some older, like some classic games. So Neo Geo Samurai Showdown 2 is on there, and some other games like 3D Mini Golf and a bunch of other ones I've never even heard of. But they've released a ton of games recently on Switch. I mean, Switch is getting so many games right now.
It's good.
I think it's cool they released Steam World Dig because I haven't played.
Yeah,
that one. I think
that's on Switch. Yeah,
I can play the whole trilogy.
there you go. A new. Go ahead.
Nope, sorry. Go ahead. You're good. Go ahead.
I was going to say a new Mario cake. Mario cake.
Mario cake.
A new Mario. Yeah, I don't know.
Mario.
Maybe it's delicious.
You must eat
a new Mario Kart game for mobile has been announced.
What?
Yeah.
It's called Mario Kart Tour. Its release date is announced for March 2019. There's no info, just a name. So
I had heard about this. I heard that it was coming. I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm curious too. A mobile Mario Kart game? I could work, I suppose.
Nintendo, hurry up and put out a goddamn Animal Crossing for the Switch, by the way.
Yes, please.
God damn it.
Please. And I know you're watching Nintendo.
Yeah, of
so,
course. My wife has been... wife is seriously pissed off because there's no Animal Crossing for the Switch yet. As soon as an Animal Crossing lands for the Switch, she's buying a Switch and Animal Crossing.
I am pissed off with her, so... staying on the topic of Mario, apparently Illumination Entertainment, creators of such fine art known as Despicable Me and Minions, are working with Shigeru Miyamoto to make an animated Super Mario movie.
Dear Lord, please let it be good.
I hope they cast John Leguizamo as...
No! No!
I'm hoping it's good because Shigeru Miyamoto has a say in it. But they said that it should release before 2020, is what they said. Before the Japanese Olympics, that's what they said.
I'm assuming this is going to be holiday 2019.
Probably.
But who knows? And an animated Super Mario movie. How are they going to do that?
God. Hopefully good.
Hopefully good. Exactly.
I don't want another Super Mario movie like we had.
You say it like it was a bad movie.
Dude, that movie was terrible.
It was so good.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was great.
It was not. Fucking jump boots? Really?
I feel...
Well, listen, I only watched the movie when it first came out, like on VHS at Blockbuster. It's the only time I saw it, so I don't remember anything about it.
It was, yeah. Mario.
Yeah.
Luigi Mario.
Yeah.
No.
I did remember that, and I was like, that doesn't make sense.
Because it's the Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
Mario Brothers. Anyway. I'm sorry, dude.
Are you from Jersey?
Yeah. So is everybody tired of hearing about Skyrim?
No. Tell us more about Skyrim.
Skyrim. There's always room for Skyrim until the next installment.
Whatever they can find, they can if they can port it to it, they will port it.
It's true.
Let's talk about a specific mod for Skyrim.
Is it the Thomas the Train Engine one?
Choo-choo, motherfucker.
There's this mod for Skyrim called Thomas the Tank Engine. No, I'm kidding. It's not that.
I was like, oh shit.
No, it's there is a mod for Skyrim called Skyblivion. It's an Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion mod. It's basically a complete mod of Oblivion put into the Skyrim world.
Oh my god.
Cool.
It's got a very sexy new trailer out today for it, like that shows the world and what they've been working on the past year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's from a website called TES Renewal, the Elder Scrolls Renewal. And they already made one called Skywind, I think, which was Morrowind, completely made with Skyrim graphics and engine and stuff like that.
That's really cool.
So, according to their website, you'll be able to not only will you be able to you get the mod to install into Skyrim, but you'll be able to get mods for that mod, like install enhancements to landscapes. There's interiors, cities, weapons, and armor. And in addition to all that, all of Oblivion's quests, locations, characters will be ported to Sky Oblivion.
Way cool.
Holy crap.
And I am
loved
excited
Oblivion.
because I loved Oblivion. And playing it with Skyrim's engine and enhanced graphics and stuff, it looks good on the trailer. It looks really cool. So I'm excited for that. And, oh yes, in 2 weeks, on February 15th, I'm looking forward to the Secret of Mana HD remake.
Oh, neat.
Oh.
I'm looking forward to that.
There's going to be a remake?
There's an HD 3D remake of Secret of Mana coming out February 15th.
You don't say. I didn't know
It
this.
looks good. It's voice acted. It's got the same characters from the original Secret of Mana on Super Nintendo. It looks good. I can't wait. It got a cute little style. It looks sort of like World of Final Fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
What?
TJ dropped his phone. He just looked at me. So I was just like...
It looks good, and I can't wait to play it because I loved Secret of Mana, and I can't wait to see what they do with this one.
Very cool.
And the very last bit, it's not news, but I already talked to TJ about this. I have an argument, something that maybe you can make a PowerPoint presentation over.
I like PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah, you're going to love this.
You're going to love this. In Final Fantasy, they have a currency called Gil.
Yes.
Is it Gil or is it Jill?
Well, it's Gil because all the characters call it Gil in the games.
I know. I'm just kidding because I was just kidding about that because I've been watching some Let's Plays and there's actually a lot of people out there that call it Jill and I'm like,
what?
It's like you with GIF and GIF. When I hear them say Jill, I'm like,
Here's the thing, though. Has any voice character actually said Gil?
Yes.
Who?
Like,
I need video evidence.
all right, I will dig up one of the characters in the game referencing it as Gil.
Okay.
It has happened. I've played a lot of Final Fantasy.
I
played a lot of Final Fantasy, guys.
Is that like a lumberjack fantasy? Flannel fantasy?
Flannel Fantasy.
Flannel Fantasy.
Oh my god. I gotta give you one.
I thought
I
you
played
were
a
about
lot.
to say
I played a lot
Flannel.
of Final Fantasy.
I thought you were going to say Flannel Fantasy or something like that.
Final Fantasies.
That's good stuff.
Damn.
Oh,
Alliterations.
that was good.
I don't doubt you. I'm sure they have.
Yeah, there's people that they're in-game characters that are referred to as Gil.
Anyway,
I will dig it up.
that's all the news I've got.
Wow. Hey, I do have one question on that Skyrim mod that you were talking about.
Yes.
Is there a release date on when they're planning on putting that out, or is it available now?
There's no release date.
No release date.
It is still early in production, but they're mostly working on getting quests and all the characters moved over, and they've been working on the world. Like, imagine how much work that is to make the overworld and all the dungeons that were in Oblivion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they've been working a lot on that. There's no release date yet, but they have a really cool video up, a really cool video trailer up that you can look at and just be like, I want, but I can't has.
Give to daddy.
Exactly. It looks good. I'll link it to you guys.
Yeah.
But go look that up.
That is exciting.
Yeah. And go to their website, TES Renewal. They have, I think it's downloadable, but they have the Morrowind ported over to Skyrim. It's called Skywind or something like that.
I might play that one because I've never played Morrowind. As a matter of fact, I did play Morrowind. I played it at Michael's house. He's like, you should play this game. And I played a Khajiit, and the Khajiit runs weird because it has a tail, and the character animation is super terrible. And I was like, this is gross. I can't play this. It looks like he has his tail stuck in his butthole.
The Morrowind, Morrowind, the original Morrowind was kind of like the beast characters were weird because the tail was a lot lower than it should have been, and they also had like these they're called digigrade feet.
Yeah.
So you couldn't wear boots with the beast races. They fixed that in Oblivion and Skyrim though. Anyway.
Yeah.
TJ?
That shit, I ain't got nothing.
You ain't got nothing?
I ain't got nothing good.
Nothing good.
Nothing good.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Sorry. You told us all about your experiences with the DMV today, so that's your
Yeah. Instead of researching, I went to the DMV.
Yeah. Woo! How exciting.
What exciting indeed. I mean, okay, no, it's not good news. Listen, okay, I'm gonna vent for a second.
That's all right.
So Michael Chu, one of the character designers, I think I forget exactly. I think might be a lead writer. I don't know. Michael Chu, he's part of the Overwatch team.
Yeah.
Posted a tweet in response to somebody that D.Va was not a pro StarCraft player. So in her lore, she's won many WCS championships. Like for 3 years in a row, she was undefeated back to back, all kinds of stuff, but she's not a pro apparently now.
Did they ever mention that she was a pro?
Yes.
Huh. So they just kind of took it out.
Yeah. They retconned it. Like half her lore. They're like, no.
So they're messing up their own lore in that game too.
Yes. Like that. I mean, like Michael's upset about the Mercy nerf, which I couldn't care less about because I don't play Mercy. But like they keep fucking with D.Va all the time. Like they ruin her and then they make her great and then they ruin her and they're like, you know what? Half her lore in the trash. I don't care.
Typical toxic Overwatch player. I don't play Mercy. I don't play Hanzo.
Well, like, you know, I mean,
you're the reason why this game sucks.
I'm glad I get to sit on the glass door on the other side and just watch this right now.
But man, God, it's so hard. I'm probably gonna reinstall it this weekend.
No,
I want to play it again, dude.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, you hate it.
I don't hate it.
You
I
do
hate the
hate it.
community.
There's some more news for you. Year of the Dog lunar event
I know.
happening soon.
Yeah.
For
I think
Overwatch.
it's, probably next week or the week after.
Yeah, February 8th or something like that.
Okay, yeah, next week.
By the way, did any of y'all see the lunar eclipse that it took place on the 31st?
Nope, didn't even hear about it.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not interested.
Not interested in the lunar eclipse. When you said Year of the Dog and lunar, I was like, oh yeah, that happened this weekend, or the 31st.
That's so weird that I didn't hear about it because I follow tons of like space Twitter accounts. None of them mentioned it.
I saw it.
Did you?
It was red, and then it went away, and then it came back. And it was continued on the day.
Oh, I think I actually saw a Facebook post. Like I scrolled through Facebook, it's like red moon, and I'm like, "Fuck you, Facebook." Apparently that was the thing.
All right, guys. Well, that's it for the news.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna move on to my favorite segment. Email! If you have an email that you want read on the VGBit BitCast, you can send your emails to bitcast@vgbits.com. That's bitcast, bitcast @vgbits.com. We will read them. Gentlemen, this week, we have no emails.
Bollocks.
Sadness.
I'm super impressed you made it through all the way this time.
I know.
Yeah. I'm just imagining you're like getting in the shower and you're like brushing your teeth and going through the whole routine.
Every morning I wake up and I scream into the mirror, email, and my wife tells me, stop it. I said, I gotta do it. It's for the craft, hun.
This week we're gonna nail it.
So in lieu of talking about emails, what I thought about doing is reading a few of our most recent comments that we've got on some of our videos.
Oh, good.
So, let me pull this up here. And I'll just go back a little bit. Here we go. The VGBits BitCast episode 16. We like PAX South 2018. Radiant Studios commented.
Oh, yeah.
They said, hey guys, thanks for stopping by our booth at PAX. Stay in touch.
They're nice people.
Now, I had an opportunity to see some gameplay of the night. Well, what was it called? Nights.
Shit, now I'm blanking.
I know. Dang it.
Hold on. I actually have it. Hold on. I got you.
I feel sad about this.
No,
now.
I still have it in my notes.
It was one of the games I actually got to saw.
Saw?
I saw some of the videos of the gameplay on it, so it looks kind of neat.
Yeah. Renegade Knight. That's what it was.
Renegade Knight, yeah. I knew it was Knight. I just couldn't remember if it was something before or after. Renegade Knight. I actually got to see some of the Renegade Knight. On the BitCast episode 17, Michael Labrie talking about Final Fantasy Dissidia. He said there was an option to turn off that annoying Moogle in the options. It was pretty though.
Yeah, I saw that comment, yeah. I'm sure he was like typing that as I said that, and then he watched a bit further and he's like, damn it.
Found it.
8-Bit Challenge Excite Bike 64 said, Lucid, the ever gentleman with his crushing victories. Son of a bitch.
You know what's funny is I was actually watching a video that I had played him in Rocket League, and it was rather devastating, but try to be a gentleman about it. Always gracious in victory is my my motto.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Patrick Jackson on 8-Bit Challenge Road Rash 64. All out with the helmets. Good work, gents. Thank you. Yeah. We bought those helmets not too terribly long ago.
Yeah.
Because I was riding four-wheelers. Yeah, it is. It is the only time you wore yours. I wore mine because I like to go riding four-wheelers.
Yeah.
He goes, I played the Mega Drive Road Rashes for ages, especially 2. Was there a Road Rash 2?
Yeah. There's a Road Rash 2.
I don't think I ever played Road Rash 2.
The only ones I ever played
You mean the original, on the yeah, there was a Road Rash 2 and there was a Road Rash 3.
On the Genesis?
On the Genesis, yes.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
I just remember playing the first one.
Yeah, the first one I played was Road Rash 3D on PlayStation and Road Rash 64. Those are the only two I've ever played.
Road Rash 64, hot garbage, by the way.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, it is.
It's a fun game.
Here you go. I believe that's a woman. Spot the gamer who rarely leaves the house. Now,
that's not fair. It was terrible model.
The boobs were modeled into the bike.
Yeah, they were just like, just extend the chest to the tank, and that's good. Those are boobs.
What are you gonna do? You can't broke Michael. There's a note that we probably need to have the game audio a little bit higher than that. So
I think it was one of them. Oh no, that's one you edited, wasn't it?
It was one I edited.
Yeah, shame.
I'll bring it up. I'll bring the volume up on the 8-Bit Challenges a little bit more so people can hear that. This one was directed at me. I have a big banana. Really? And you and him had a conversation about the hot garbage. It was, is hot garbage better or worse than cold garbage? Hot garbage?
You're having real struggling with the words over there.
Only in instances where I have to talk.
Yeah. I only have trouble speaking when I'm speaking.
There you go.
Hot garbage is definitely worse.
You said heart too, so shut up.
I said hot.
No, you said heart.
You're hearing speech impediments. They're not real.
Cut to the replay.
Sad face.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, hot garbage is worse.
Yes. And finally, we'll have this one, the VGBits BitCast episode 13. We like the holidays. Patrick Jackson again said, nice hat, Athos. Thank you. I had that for quite a while now. To my English ears, you sound like Neelix, particularly the really. It definitely wasn't criticisms. And he's asking, there are other Neelixes. He's kind of old. I didn't know if there was other Neelixes either.
Yeah.
Honestly. I just did a search, and then apparently there's some sort of musical artist that calls himself Neelix.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I didn't know if that's what he was referring to, or it was actually Star Trek Voyager. So.
When I read that comment, I was like, yeah. Yeah, I can hear it.
Okay, so I sound like Neelix.
Just a little bit.
It's
not that you sound like Neelix, it's like when you say certain things, the way you say it. Yeah. Yeah.
One day, I guess I'll redub of Star Trek Voyager episode.
Just read all his voice lines.
Yeah, I'll just read all his voice lines.
It's just like the
Yeah.
movies.
When I have nothing to do in my life. All right, guys. I guess that's going to do it for the podcast this week.
Mhm.
Thanks for joining me once again.
It was fun.
My pleasure.
time.
I'm glad I was able to join this time.
Every time is the best time.
If you're not watching the
VGBits.
podcast, what are you doing?
Yeah, you should be. If you're not watching the podcast, you should be watching the challenges.
That's true. All right, so this week, what we had come out, just to recap, yesterday we had Phase Plays, episode 6 of Thimbleweed Park.
Mm-hmm.
We are getting dangerously close to the episodes where TJ and I joined in.
Party
Curtis.
Crashers.
Yeah, we ruined his fun.
Whole ruined it.
So look forward to that. That's in a couple of weeks. And today, that just went live 45 minutes ago, the Sea of Thieves plays,
Yeah.
the VG plays for Sea of Thieves, since we did not have an 8-bit challenge for this week. All the beta goodness that I recorded went up. So,
And before we go, if you want to join in the community, you can follow us on Twitter.
it's true.
Twitter.com/VGBits. Where there you can also find a link to our Discord, which I'm sure there's still an active one. If not, just tweet at us. We'll post one out, or I'll make Daniel put one in the video description and the show notes.
We will have it somewhere for you. You join our Discord, join our conversations. It's a little slow right now, but mainly because, everybody here has a day job.
Yeah, and it's not even like I'm in a couple of Discords where there's like 100-something people and they're still quiet. Just people got stuff to do. I'm sure there's some reason people I don't know. I'm on it every day. You talk to me, I'll talk to you.
There you have it. So, guys, thanks a lot, and thanks for tuning in. We will see you next time on the VGBits BitCast. This was episode 19. So, bye.
Bye.
Bye.